Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Right Hand Podcast. This is where we talk about how law firm owners can build stronger, smarter, and more sustainable firms. Most lawyers start the firm to gain freedom and independence, but as the firm grows, new challenges appear, and that can form in hiring, leadership, operations, and profitability. So, this podcast here, what we do is we explore the strategies and insights to help law firm owners move from simply practicing law to successfully running a law firm. This is brought to you by Ruben Allen. We are the strategic right hand for growing firms in partnership with our sister company, Marshall Graham Consulting. I am Greg Copeland. And so, what we're going to do is talk about today is what successful law firm owners understand that others don't. Um, if you look across the legal industry, you'll notice something very interesting. And I'll say most law firm owners are intelligent. They're capable. They work hard. But as some firms grow, scale, and operate smoothly, others struggle with constant stress and inconsistency. So, what's the difference in what we see when we talk to law firm owners who are our clients? Um, what we're realizing is that, it's not about working. Well, not we're realizing. What we want you to realize is that it's not about working harder. Um, and that's one of the misconceptions in law firm ownership that success only comes from working hard. Put your head down, work harder, dig in. Most law firm owners already work hard. That's how they got there to be attorneys. Worked hard through law school, um, worked hard when they were at their first firm, or worked hard when they first came out to start their firm. They've worked long hours, had high responsibility, had constant pressure. Um, but the difference in what makes one group good, one group not as good, it's perspective. Some of the law firm owners, the successful ones, they understand that a law firm is a business. Um, that's fundamental. It's not just a legal practice. It's a business. And that means that it requires a few things, such as structure, systems, financial management, leadership. It needs these things to be successful. And they just don't rely on legal skill. What they're doing, the successful ones, they're building an organization. Um, and what happens is they focus early on structure. The less successful firms, what they tend to do is delay the structure, always putting it off. I can do this later. We'll get organized later. Oh, there's some time later in the year, 3 months from now, 4 months from now, 6 months from now, next year. We can delay that. Successful firms think differently. What they do is they recognize that structure is what allows growth to happen smoothly. So early on, they build clear roles, defined processes, operational systems, and they build them earlier than most. Uh, and what this does, it allows them to make decisions based on the data. Um, a lot of times when law firms owners start their own firm, a lot of times attorneys in general rely on instinct. What the successful ones do is they use the information that they receive, and that's by tracking, financial metrics, case performance, team productivity. All of this, tracking this and using this information allows them to make informed decisions, um, to be proactive instead of reactive. Because if you're reactive, you're always behind. You're just adding to your pressure and your disorganization. Um, the successful uh, firm owners, every firm when they grow needs to add on people. And successful firm owners are not just adding staff, they're actually building teams. And there's a difference between just having employees, having staff, and building an actual team. The successful owners and firms, they invest in hiring the right people, and that culture wise, not just skill wise. They define the expectations of the role for the people that they're hiring. They develop leadership so they can take some of the pressure of the decision making off of their own shoulders and spread it around to the team. They just don't add bodies. What they're doing is they're trying to build uh, capability. Um, Successful owners learn how to let go of the will, let go of the control. And this is one of the hardest shifts. A lot of times because it is your firm, you started, you feel the need to stay in control and stay involved in everything in every aspect. And that it's hard to let go. But the successful ones, and I'm telling you, the successful ones learn to let go. And it's not letting go completely, it's a strategic hand off the wheel type thing. They learn how to delegate. Um, they find hire people that they trust. They learn how to trust people with that business. They build systems that allow others to perform at a high level. And what this does, this frees that owner to focus on growth and direction because now they're not involved in every single small aspect of the firm. Successful owners also think long term. Struggling firms, what happens is they in running things, they're reactive, always reacting, never in front of things, never intentional about it. What needs to happen today? What problem needs to be solved now? Successful firms are not like that. They think more long term. They ask, where's the firm going? What are we trying to build here? What's the vision? What needs to be in place 6 months from now? And that shift in thinking, that changes everything in the firm. It changes everything about how the firm operates. If you step back, there's a common thread across all of this. Um, it's that successful firm owners just don't run cases. What they're doing is they're building organizations. And I know that's hard for us as attorneys. We think we're attorneys. We think we can run a business too, but it's very different. And the successful ones understand that the growth requires intention. So, the difference between struggling firms and successful is rarely talent. It's rarely effort. It's usually understanding. And it's understanding how to build structure, how to lead people, how to grow intentionally. And once this understanding shifts, the entire trajectory of that firm can change. I'm telling you, this is where you need to do. Thanks for listening to the right hand. If you're a law firm owner looking to take your firm and build a stronger, more organized, and more profitable firm, please feel free to visit www.ruben-allen.com and you can learn how we help firms grow. And if you found this episode to be helpful, please feel free to share it with another law firm leader. Until next time, keep building the firm you set out to create. Talk to you soon. Bye.